Slinger here. We're looking at the 1022 Tactical Semi-Auto Auto Feeding Rifle. We got some good points, and some of them are picky, some are not. And we've had this one for about 2 years. You can tell the dink banks. At one point, I did have it up. I mounted the scope mount and put a scope on it. That's about it. Nice flippable sight. That's pretty accurate at 50 yards. I could just have that down and then have that up at 100. But anyway, let's look at this. It's light. This thing, I think every time I weighed it empty, is about 4 pounds roughly in there. Roughly. In a survival situation, it would be good because you can. 2 bricks is 200 ammo, 200 rounds of 22s. That's not bad. I mean, or you can get brick of Remington, some bricks of Remington Thunderbolts of 550. I think we bought a thing of that, 2 things of that, and ran it through here. And they ran pretty fine for a while. Then some CCIs, and we'll get to that because that's where we had the problem out of. It's one of the problems anyway. Very mobile. I mean, very light mobility, and it's not very long like my muzzleloader, so I can track squirrels a lot better. Pew pew. It doesn't get banked around as much. And it's like I said, it's easier to track with it iron sighted. I track better iron sighted. Just the iron sights, that right there will take you out easily to 50 yards. I've gotten squirrel rabbits with just that sight down like that, up like that at 100 yards, and then I put the scope on there, and I had to put this down. So the tactical rail that comes with it, I took it off, and I can't remember where I put it, or here, because this is just what you get out of the box, people. About 150 yards, we were getting about that big of a grouping. We've actually shown y'all pictures of the grouping at 100 yards, and that was 4 or 5 of these magazines. So you know, in 2 years, rapid firing of this rifle. That's where a lot of people get their problem. They go da 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 da. Using this Remington Thunderbolt, we've had no jams, no hang fires, no bad primers, no stovepipes. For those who don't know what that is, that's where it basically sits there like that. No double feeds, where it's basically, I'm showing on this, where it's trying to feed that one and that one at the same time. So it's trying to put 2 in the chamber and it hangs up, which could be bad because you could hit one of the primers just right and set one off, and then you run into a whole host of problems. But none of that. But when we put the CCIs in it and tried to do the same test, we were getting dud rounds, hang fires, and all that other stuff. And true, it was during the CCI. It was right at the end of the 22 shortage, because like 2 months later, 22s were plentiful again. So the guy we bought this from was trying to get rid of all of this stock of it. Just trying to get rid of it because he didn't see it was a profitable. So we were able to get a lot of stuff dirt cheap. So, but another complaint for me, because I'm a big guy used to shooting big heavy bore rifles and stuff like that. This kind of does feel like an air rifle, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It does kind of feel like a small, like one of those very sturdily built air rifles that take the paintball canister. It does kind of feel like some of those. Really not made for long arm people. Here, let me show you a picture of see, my hand wants to be here, and this is comfortable for me shooting this. This, where they have the checkering is not, because it just, of course I can sit there and shoot this thing like this if I wanted to, but it just doesn't feel quite comfortable as my muzzleloader. Okay, let's get back down to the bed top. So it's for a longer arm person, I would suggest make sure it fit. This was actually for my mother, so it fits her better. In a survival situation, I personally would like to have ammo that is reloadable, or so, you know, stuff like that. So the fact this is not can be reloaded reliable is because it can be, but it's a little finicky out of semi-autos and bolt actions. Out of pistols and stuff, revolvers, it's a little bit more better, but it just not as reloadable, so I consider it not reloadable. So it's a small caliber round, so don't expect to get a deer with this at 100 and 200 yards, because it just ain't gonna happen unless you get that perfect shot. So in a survival situation, I would trust a muzzleloader more than this thing to go get anything bigger than a possum. And that's kind of why I have mine, because I can get, because using CCI, I dumped 10 rounds into a possum, hitting mostly in the head, and that thing still kept going through. It just had too much penetration at 50 yards. It was just over penetrating. But I hit one with my muzzleloader shooting shotgun rounds. Well, not shotgun rounds. The shot, like BBs at it, and it dropped it one shot, no problem. So, and I will show y'all how to do that. So that's not gonna be, that's a later video. What is this? When you get it out of the box, you only get this one 10-round magazine. Now, Ruger, if you gave us 2 of these, I can understand why you're doing that. But most rifles nowadays, and 22, they have the tube feed, and you can get, especially in 22 LR, you can get about 14, 15 rounds. Now, if you doubled that, it wouldn't be as bad on the price. Yes, I know you make the 25 rounds, but that's an aftermarket product. Give us something that, you know, make it worth our while. Yes, it's a very reliable rifle, but sometimes the fit and finish, like on this one, is not that good, guys. So Ruger, take note of that. But like I said, out of the box, you get this. You get basically 10 in this, and then you can, if you're smart, and it's on the box, it says single feed action. I tried it with one in here, and then like that, it tries to double feed. That doesn't work. But if I have it just there and just line it up, something kind of like that, it will pick it up and take it in there. So I can easily, I run out, load one in there, keep one in the chamber, and then frantically start throwing them in here. And also, messing with loose rounds in the cold, I would rather have this than that. But still, it's just small little tweaks and twaddles. But other than that, I would, in an honest opinion, I would give this about an 8 out of 10, or an 80%. Because there's a lot you can do with it. It can lay down suppressive fire if the world just basically stops running the way it comes to an end, like as we know it. It could lay down some suppressive fire, so the people that have the bigger guns can do that. It's just, it does have a wide variety of uses. But, and this one is supposed to have other things, changeable sight. But for the price, we paid $300 and something for this after taxes. And plus we got a whole bunch of ammo. So it wasn't a bad deal at the time, because other 22s were expensive. So yeah, I would say about an 8 out of 10 or an 80%. Rifle, I would. So yeah, but that's just my personal opinion. If you have a different one, okay, that's fine. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.